Good morning, YouTubers. Welcome back to our aquaponic system, phase 3. We still have our airframe not being worked on. Fish tank still in production, still has our fish and whatever fish in it. We have our sterile filter and we have our biological filter in the system now. It has we use bottle caps to grow bacteria on. Over on our grow base, we have not done anything with the floating raft. All we've done actually that we put some parsley trays on it, and we actually producing some sealants, parsley sealants. We have our flood and drain system. Hydrogen is in it. Originally we had soil in it. Now we have hydrogen in it, and this is a flood and drain system that's been working pretty well, and we are actually looking at it and see how it is comparing against the other ones. So it's actually working, and the plants are actually growing at the same speed as the other ones. In our system now we have our chives and the celery, which had been harvested over and over again, and they are now actually growing back. They look a little frail now, but that's the name of the game. Parsley ripping out and replanting, and we still have our celery here. We have our thyme here. Parsley still getting produce from this here. Here we have the lettuce and cherry cabbage in this box, and our red cabbage, which is growing, to my surprise, really fast and really well. And all these are watered from this fish tank under the bottom. And here we have, see, this siphon is actually starting to siphon, and we have about 18 fish or so in this here tank. We have a tomato plant here, and that is one I've been experimenting where I'm not experimenting with, which is actually breaking off these pieces and putting them in the hyphen, and they're actually growing in the hyphen. They actually spring roots, and then we have plants. Now this piece of apparatus, this is a new addition to the system. I think you have seen this before. This is now going into operation, and this is my growing tower. These plants have been in here only for about 8 days or so, or less than 8 days, and they are doing really well. And you can see around the tower how they are doing. I built this tower from scratch. I went to YouTube, see how it's done, and I actually come up and I build this tower. I modified slightly in that they have the water comes from the pump, and the pump used to from the first design where I had the pump sitting in the bucket, and I used to put the water in the bucket. Now I'm pulling the water from the tank, the fish tank, up through the tower, so it's back down into the bucket. Most of the solids and things actually sit in the bucket. I don't know if you can see it. You can't really see it now. And the solids, that thing will come back down. They sit at the bottom of the bucket, and the clean water actually flows back to the fish tank. So we have modified this tower a bit, and it's actually working. And I'm going to show the comparison of these plants as we compare them with the other plants in the other system. See, the little roots are coming through, and we can see the water bubbling, raining, which is called a rain tower, raining in the tower. This tower is working very well. It carries 36 plants, and it is working. It's really working. We are going towards our grow beds, which we take water from the fish tank and the water these. Now these lettuce are the same age, planted the same day as the one in tower, and you can see the one in tower is slightly bigger than this here. And these here are actually, and in these beds, as I showed you before, these beds usually grow plants fast using the fish water. We planted this here over 2 days now, and these two are all the plants, but these are new plants. We have our thyme and our Chinese cabbage that is so ready for the harvest in this system. And here is our scallion, our seasoning that is called in Barbados, or some people call them spring onions. Whatever you call them, it doesn't matter. But there are, you can see them in the grow bed, and you can see the plants in the grow beds are doing fairly well, and they're doing not fairly well, very well, and we'll be harvesting a lot of stuff from these systems, and we'll be giving away a lot of food from these systems. And I'm going to take this to the level. As soon as we completed our experiment, we're going to take this to another level. Into that, we're going to take this into commercial aquaponics, and we're going to do a whole range of systems in that system. The thing, another thing about this tower, that we have this tower not shaded. Where we decided to shade the ones in the barrel, because the ones in the gravel bed was looking a little thing. The sun had them a little off, and we had to we put a shade cloth on to the 65% shade light to get, or 45 rather, to get the whereas the one in tower, originally when we started this tower, I used to use a shade cloth, the same shade cloth over it, and now I don't have the shade cloth. And the plants, it doesn't matter with the plants. So I guess that the tower, this whatever we are doing now, is working correctly. So we will update you in another 2 weeks or so on the system, on how that is doing, and also we are going to put this airframe back into operation. Now I'm getting results, good results from that. I'll be putting this airframe back into operation, because we started this airframe but we had some problems with it, and now we have ironed out that problem in the grow tower. We recognize what the problem is. We have to get in that biofilter. It's in now, and we will be dealing with that system shortly. Now as I'm going towards the solar system, which drives the system or produce energy for the pumps and the thing, and I'm going to show you the solar system. This is our inverter, which is Inditech 48 volts single phase inverter, 120 volts. It was my standby inverter. My original inverter, which was a Polar, that broken down, and I had to take the standby inverter, which is to stand over here on these two 50 amp hour battery bank with standby, and that I had to change the inverter. That is all. That was 48 volts as well, and I had to change it and put it to run the house and to continue to run my system. The issue that I have is that the stove now can't work because that's 120, so I have to get this inverter. I'm going to replace this inverter, and I'll show you replace the inverter shortly. These are my older batteries over here, and that's a 12 volt, which I started with a 12 volt system, and I still have those batteries. I'm not going to get rid of that system or anything for nothing at all. So that's not my backup. In case of this system started to play the fool, I will then back it, move my system, the pumps over to that, hook it up, and go on. This system, this inverter used to be a 24 volt. It is a 24 volt inverter. Because the system is 48, I had to reconsider the battery bank. I had 224. I have two battery banks with a battery switch, which used to switch the banks. Now 48 volts. I have to compare the two banks. These are Deca batteries, and it has it's a 24 volts from here to here. 24 volts. They're 2 volt cells, and it's 24 volts, 400 amp hour. This back at top here is 12 volts, and that we used to run our 12 volt system for Christmas lights and that type of stuff on those here. And they're experimental things that we're doing. my father house goes off, he powers up from this 12 volt pack, and I wouldn't have an issue with too much overusing my system. This is the other 24 volt bank. This now combines with these two, make it 24 volt. Now quickly I'm going over to the charge controllers. This is this one. It is actually an absorb right now, and this is the wattage and things. This is what it's putting out. This is the Apollo Star Turbo. This is my breakers for the roof, the panels, my DC disconnect, right? And by the way, this is my workshop. Is a little untidy, but in the workshop and in the experimental unit, you get this type of stuff, and it will be cleaned up shortly. And I'm going to show you the panels. This is one of the panels here. I still have around 12 volts panels, evergreen, and this is the specs on it. It's panels over 5 years old. On the system for 5 years old. If I have to do the system now, I'll be using. I will have to use bigger panels. I'll use the 300 or the 250 panels, and you know, as the system evolves, becomes more efficient. But this system is working well for me. My air conditions and all types of stuff runs on this. The air conditioner is 120 volts, so it doesn't. Since my inverter is down, it doesn't matter because it's a 120 volt. There are 120 volt ACs, and there are two of them running comfortable on my system. As I go towards the roof to show, I want to show you the panels. I'm going. This mango tree here has some fruits on it, as you can see. Few bunches of mangoes on the tree, and over here now on this roof you will see our panels. You can see the panels on the roof, and there are actually over 25 panels on that roof, but 24 runs the solar system, and the rest is panels where we do other experiments and do all types of stuff with. And on the 12 volt system, as I said, there are backups. They are charging the 12 volt system, panel and batteries, but you have to keep those batteries in case of anything wrong with the system. You could easily switch out the block out or anything, then we will still have a secure power. So as you can see, we are running a very close, efficient system here. The reason why we did this like this is that we wanted to, as a solar installer, I know I'm an agriculturalist. I try to show people that, look, if you're putting in a solar system, why not use some of the energy to feed yourself or to grow food with, using pumps and fish and that type of stuff. In aquaponics, you can achieve that objective. Now, what do I know about solar? Well, I'm a solar installer. I know a lot about it. I've been in this system for 5 years. I've been installing systems, grid type and off grids, 150 kilowatts a month, 1 kilowatt and down, both grid and off grid. I've just finished installing a 28.8 kilowatt solar off-grid system, and that is working really, really well. And that one is actually performing on our office building complex, and people are surprised to see how that solar is performing. And I think I've posted that video already with that system, but we still have a little few tidy ups to do on that. As soon as I finish the tidy up and I get the system where we want it, I will put that online so that you can see what we are actually doing in this little country of Barbados, where I come from. I'm a solar installer. I'm an electrician by profession. I'm trained in solar. I have my qualification also in solar, so I'm not novice to solar. We have our pawpaw tree. You can see a little pawpaw tree there, and that has a lot of fruits on it. So in the next video, we will show you a few uh, things that we have done on the aquaponic system, and you will see this is one of our baby fish in this tank, and this fish is about 10 weeks old. They're not actually not 10, sorry, they're actually 3 months old actually. These are from little fingerlings and they grow up very fast. This is about 3 or 4 in that tank. I have to throw them out in the outside in the other tank so that they will do business and put back my fish in here, but this is my inside tank. So in all, we can see that solar and hydroponics can play a part in the system. You don't have to go the complex solar system. You don't have to call the complex hydroponic system. Simple pump. Knowing you go to YouTube, learn it, know how to do the system and grow some food. From me to you, I'm saying have a blessed day and continue and look to do some hydroponics.